At the age of 16, this girl became pregnant but was cruelly abandoned by the man she loved. Determined to give her baby a safe arrival, she severed ties with her parents, bearing the weight of destiny alone. In the neon-lit chaos of the bar, she paved a future full of sunshine for her son, and she became known as Supermom Jenny. To raise her son, Jenny worked as an escort at a bar called Bishamon Kingdom. Perhaps, to others, this wasn't a dignified life. Even though she was raising her child alone, time seemed to be kind to her, leaving few traces of hardship on her face. Jenny was an incredibly optimistic person. Even though she had cut ties with her parents, left with only a few crumpled bills and a hungry newborn, she never complained. In fact, when she spoke about Jack's father, there wasn't a single word of bitterness. Though Jack's father was just an ordinary thug, Jenny always described him as handsome and a hero. To prevent young Jack from feeling inferior, she made up a story about his father going to heaven. They lived in a modest house, but Jenny worked tirelessly every day. Yet, the financial strain was constant. Jack was about to graduate high school and faced a critical life decision. Attending a national university for 4 more years would cost a lot of money, but Jenny reassured him, telling him not to worry and to focus on his studies, to enjoy being a kid. She insisted that paying for tuition was for adults to figure out. She always repeated that everything would be fine. But then, an unexpected event occurred. One day, Jenny received a call. Her mother was sick. It turned out that, in order for Jack to attend a good school, Jenny had worked multiple jobs every day. Eventually, the exhaustion caught up with her. After taking care of his mother, Jack went to apologize at each of Jenny's workplaces. Later, he secretly took over her shifts, breaking their promise to each other. One day, when they were heading home with their wages, they ran into Jenny, who had come looking for them. Jenny was furious, and they started to argue. It was the first time Jenny ever yelled at Jack. She didn't understand why he broke their agreement. Hearing this, Jack blamed his mother, but deep down, he was questioning himself. Would Jenny's life be better if it weren't for him? Jack's words cut deep into Jenny's heart. Even though both of them were thinking about each other, their words felt like knives, wounding each other. At that moment, Jenny watched him run away, and for a brief second, she saw a glimpse of her younger self abandoned by Jack's father for another woman. So, Jenny left home with her parrot. When Jack returned home, he found his mother was gone, but saw a letter on the table. Jenny had already left, but she left him the address of her grandparents' house, just in case he had nowhere to go. Jack realized he could no longer run away. So, he traveled a long distance to his grandmother's house. He asked her to lie and call Jenny, telling her that Jack had been in an accident and was in critical condition. Worried for her son, Jenny rushed home with the parrot, to the house she hadn't visited in over 10 years. When she hesitated at the door, unsure how to face her parents, she finally opened it. And there, sitting at the door, was Jack. It turned out it was all a kind lie. Jenny's parents blocked the door, but instead of the scolding she expected, her mother said, "Look how well Jack has grown up." At that moment, Jenny's tears started to fall. In that instant, Jenny seemed to transform back into the 16-year-old girl who once felt abandoned by life. Her father remained strict, and her mother still gentle. But Jenny couldn't help but feel guilty. She hadn't been able to give Jack a normal family. But Jack thought Jenny had done more than enough, raising him to be the person he was. Jenny was Supermom, Jack's protector, but also that 16-year-old girl, pushed forward by fate. Perhaps, on some quiet, lonely night, she looks up at the stars outside the window, thinking of the youth that was wasted. But as long as Jack's smile is before her, she can smile brightly again, turning all her pain into the strength to protect him.